We begin at Parliament with seemingly open warfare within the National Party as leader Simon Bridges outed his Botany MP Jami-Lee Ross as the person who leaked his expenses to the media. Ross, on the other hand, was lobbing his own political hand grenades. Mr Bridges announced the findings of the leak inquiry earlier today, but not before Mr Ross took to social media to claim the National Party leader was trying to pin the leak on him. Mr Ross also made explosive accusations about Mr Bridges being involved in what he called unlawful activity, claims strongly denied by Mr Bridges. Here's our political reporter, Gia Garrick.
Just minutes before Simon Bridges started his media conference, his MP let loose on Twitter with a barrage of tweets about his leader. Jami-Lee Ross claimed Mr Bridges forced him out on medical leave to stop him from speaking out and that Mr Bridges was trying to pin the leak on him. Jami-Lee Ross also accused Simon Bridges of asking him to do things with election donations that broke the law and said he confronted Mr Bridges with a recording he took of him discussing unlawful activity. Mr Bridges denied it all.
Look, I think he would say those things given the situation that he is in. I'm not surprised, frankly, by the false comments that he's making. Now, I've released the report. You will be able to see it. The public will be able to see it, and it speaks for itself.
When Mr Bridges was asked specifically about whether he has been involved in any unlawful activity regarding election donations,
absolutely not. He is wrong. I've made my comments. He is wrong. He is lashing out. Today, I put out the report. It is there and it speaks for himself, and that's why he's saying these false things. As I say, I'm not surprised that he is lashing out. He's wrong.
The report does not definitively identify the leaker, but it does say the evidence points towards the leaker being Jami-Lee Ross. Simon Bridges is backing the report's conclusion, as well as the opinion of an independent assessor, John Billington QC.
I can do no better than say I accept them, and I think now these are in the public domain so that the public and you can make an assessment of them.
But Jami-Lee Ross says the report pins its evidence on his contact with a local police area commander and a journalist who he considers a friend, both of which he maintains are unrelated. The Prime Minister, Jacinda Ardern, won't be drawn on what she makes of the matter, nor does she have any advice for Mr Bridges in dealing with a rogue MP.
Any judgments around the leadership of the National Party, I think ultimately sits with them and their caucus.
You've seen some internal ructions yourself over your time in Parliament.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Do you have any advice for Simon or for other national MPs on getting through these kind of things?
No, in fact that is the very reason that I will not be giving advice.
It was just a fortnight ago that the Botany MP stepped aside on medical leave, citing personal and family reasons. Today, Mr Ross wrote on Twitter that he fell out with Mr Bridges some months ago because he'd been questioning leadership decisions that he was making. He said he also questioned the national leader's personal poll ratings, which show he is becoming more and more unlikable in the public's eyes. But Mr Bridges maintains his leadership is sound.
I feel very strong in my position. I feel I have the confidence of my caucus. This is about a single member of Parliament.
National Party MPs will vote on whether Jami-Lee Ross remains a part of their caucus and in what capacity tomorrow morning. From Parliament for Checkpoint, Gia Garrick.